Good afternoon, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Tom Coombs here on June 21st. After some storms last night, 2 rounds of storms. The second round doing a lot more damage in some areas, knocking down trees and limbs. Luckily, we have no fatalities or serious injuries that we know of to report, but there is a lot of cleanup going on today. And that second round happened late last night, or I should say early this morning. And I want to kind of break down what happened and some of the damage that is left in its path. A lot of pictures coming in. Our crews are out. Macy and Dave working hard on this today. Macy sent her down towards the Walkerton area, and we saw this a little bit with round 1, but more with round 2. Snapped power pole here, and roads closed. This is Sycamore Road and US 6 area near Walkerton. Trees down, power lines down, closing the roads. And we're going to see a little bit of a trend here. Now we'll go on to Macy continue her journey towards Bremen. A healthy tree uprooted. That is pretty significant as far as wind goes. You can see the damage across the street and a lot of damage coming in out of the Bremen area. Meteorologist Dave Caulfield heading south down 331. Found a tree broken, fell onto a power line. That tree doesn't look to be as healthy, but still taken down by wind. But keep note of the locations I'm talking about. Here's from Wyatt, friend of mine. The Wyatt area, notice wheat down. So you can see another sign of some strong wind. So we have Walkerton, Bremen, Wyatt. This is near the Coons Lake, Walkerton area. A picture taken by someone sharing in the Walkerton group, and you can see 23 was closed. Indiana 23 was closed south of Walkerton, so that's around the Coons Lake area. And pretty busy last night. Again, pretty busy across the board, and see more damage pictures from the Bremen Police Department of trees knocked down across much of the town of Bremen. So what do all these areas have in common? We can kind of think about this. Walkerton, Bremen, Wyatt, even portions of Elkhart County. A lot of this was all along US Highway 6. That's where the strongest wind was for much of last night's round 2. There are other damage reports to the north, to the south, but really it was running along US 6 last night, and we were kind of on it. Here's a look at the radar picture as we go back to last night, 1 a.m. I stayed at the station. Storms typically lose their strength overnight, but these erupted over Chicago. There was that confirmed large tornado, did a lot of destruction near Chicago. So the National Weather Service was starting to be very quick to issue any tornado warning on anything close. Some days you may not get tornado warnings in the same instance, but because we have that tornado in Chicago, we're being very, very precautionary. We'd rather warn you, wake you up, be ready, than to have something go unwarned. So here's 1 o'clock in the morning, and we'll play this out. And here's the storms moving through over about 2 hours, 1 to 3 a.m. Warnings, even tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings for the western half of the area, and less warnings as the storms move east. They did weaken finally as they crossed 31. Also, we got a better sampling from the radar picture. But what we're talking about, all those pictures where all that damage is coming from, has one thing of relation. It's all along US 6, and you'll see this. Notice the bright areas of blue near Westville and Wanata. Now watch as we play this out, and we see those areas of blue racing right along from Kingsford Heights to Walkerton to La Paz, the Bremen and Wyatt area. That's where there was the little couplets. It wasn't widespread, more of a narrow path of some really strong wind. And look at Wyatt. Right around 1:55 in the morning between Wyatt and Coons Lake is where we see the wind at its strongest. So right in that area, Walkerton to Coons Lake is the strongest wind, and that matches up with the down trees that we saw from that picture just south of Walkerton. We'll go on for another scan and notice these two balls, that bright blue ball near the Wyatt area. There may be some concern if we get more reports, could a brief tornado have touched down? That is a possibility given the radar return between Wyatt and Woodland, and this move towards Pierce Road, towards Wakarusa. And that was, again, one of the bright things on radar that really stood out to me. Also notice one right along 6 near Bremen. That's likely what did the destruction near Bremen as well. So damage wasn't necessarily widespread for everyone, but it was these little bullseyes of strong wind that went through that really caused the damage. And the worst of this was right along that US 6 corridor, which is why, again, we see as we go back to this loop, the strongest wind and where most of our major damage reports are coming in along US 6. The rest of the area, some areas that saw down trees, again, still some damage. But by far, the worst damage is pretty much west to east along the US 6 corridor. Other areas, portions of northern Cass County also saw some strong wind. We had some pictures in from the Dowagiac, Cassopolis area. But the radar imagery along US 6 really stood out to me, and I wanted to highlight that for you, why that spot appeared to be the area, west to east across Michiana, that saw the greatest impact. Now, stay with us. We're going to have coverage from those areas throughout our newscasts this evening as we show you some of the damage from round 2 of the storms last night.